Hi, Jason. It's Melissa again. Let's get started with another story. Weird. Written by Anne Hard. Annie sat in the park. She wore a bright red hat. She wore flowers in her hair. Butterflies flitted around her. Look, Mark said to Tracy. There's Annie. She's weird. No, she's not. She looks beautiful. Tracy wished that she had a red hat and flowers too. At school, Annie sat alone. She ate her lunch and sang happy songs. Tracy listened. Mark walked by. Now, don't you think Annie's weird? He whispered to Tracy. No, Tracy said. She made those songs up herself. Tracy loved to sing, but she only sang when she was alone. Annie waited at the bus stop. She twirled in circles. She hopped, she skipped, she danced. Mark and Tracy waited for the bus too. Now you have to think Anne's weird. Let me say that again. Now you have to think Annie's weird, Mark said. She's dancing all by herself. There's nothing wrong with that, Tracy said. She's having fun. She felt like dancing too. The bus came. Annie jumped on. She sat in the back seat, and Mark sat in front. Tracy got on last. She walked to the back of the bus. Hi, Annie, Tracy said. Can I sit with you? Annie scooted over. Tracy and Annie talked and laughed all the way home. Do you want to go to the park tomorrow? Tracy asked. Yes, said Annie, but don't forget your umbrella. Tracy looked at the clear sky. Is it going to rain? Annie looked up too. No, it's going to be sunny, she said. Annie was right. The next day was sunny, but Tracy took her yellow umbrella anyway. When she got to the park, she was very hot. Annie was already there. I'm hot, Tracy said. Me too, said Annie as she put up her umbrella. She held it over her head. But it's cool under here. Tracy laughed. She put up her umbrella. I'm in the shade too. Mark walked past. Umbrellas? Now both of you are weird. No, we're not, Tracy said as she looked at Mark. His face was red. He looked hot. We are both in the shade, Tracy said. Want to come over? Mark wiped his face. Okay, he said. He sat between Tracy and Annie. They all sat in the shade under the umbrellas. Thanks. Now I feel cool, said Mark. He looked at Tracy and Annie. Maybe you're not that weird after all, he said with a smile. Where does Tracy first talk to Annie? What does Mark see Annie do? Why does Annie bring an umbrella to the park? What do you think will happen next? Awesome, Jayson. Thank you for reading with me today. We'll talk more soon.